the broadcast, please read the description of the broadcast as well. Then like it, share it. Invite your friends and your not so friendly friends as well, and tell them to join us. Maiyegun today. Maiyegun is live. And tonight, we are starting with this, what seems like a sensational news of the revocation of Professor Wole Soyinka's American green card. Last year, Professor Wole Soyinka, during the American presidential election, publicly, right, rejected Donald Trump. And he, in fact, said his return, right, will bring more kind of like destruction to America. And if by any chance Donald Trump becomes elected as the president of America, right, he, Soyinka, will cut his green card openly and burn it. So, and then he did. And when he did, it was posted online. So somehow, people said the green card that Professor Soyinka cut off and shared with us online was actually an expired card that is only trying to make a statement, because you don't cancel your green card by just cutting it off. Do you get that now? However, it seemed the Americans have taken it serious. Professor Soyinka is about 90 years old. He's an old man. And being an American or with an American green card serves no real kind of direct benefit to him. He could be anywhere in the world he wants to be at any time when it's needed. So the stunt of saying that if Donald Trump becomes American president, he will cut off his green card now seems to have been officialized. So I'll give you a throwback, and then why the confessor had to speak directly to the press, more or less like complaining, by the way. So he said he received a letter that asked him to go and reapply. Obviously, probably will be denied. So Confessor Soyinka, that day that he shared with the world that the green card means nothing.
We're curious, really, are genuinely curious.
Yes.
I'm going to show you something.
Is that it?
Wow. So you can see,
Yes.
but you mustn't,
Take a picture.
you mustn't,
You mustn't take a picture. Oh.
So the card is just plastic. It is like you losing your residency, your green card, or your resident card. So you can always apply for another one, or apply for a replacement. But there is a strong legal instrument behind that residency. So it is not by that card. But right now, the confessor is telling us that the Americans have taken it serious. So that is where we are going to start from this evening. Yeah. Confessor, what happened?
could it be that they're angry that I'm hosting their citizens just when they're reconsidering, or they've invited me? Was what happened on that date, November 11, many years ago. So it was rather unfortunate that they picked that date. And I said, sorry, I'm superstitious. I'm not coming on that date. And then ultimately, I made it clear I was also not going to apply for another date to bring in my passport. So I left, I traveled out. When I came back, or even before I came back, I got a letter from the ambassador. What is that? What is our problem there? Is the house falling down or something? Just give me notice so I know which direction to run. So I got a letter from the ambassador. Very nice letter, very courteous. I wish always to stress this, that I have absolutely nothing against individual citizens as citizens of any nation. This is an issue which concerns the government. I have continuing good relationship with members of the consulate, the embassy. I received nothing but courteous treatment from them. I want to stress that. And so I received this letter in which he informed me that he was away when that letter was sent, and that if I would please give him a call, he would try and explain the circumstances and so on and so forth. When I came back again, I got a letter, a reminder that I should call him. So I called. We arranged a call with him. I think it was 4 o'clock about a week ago. And he explained, and again he offered a special visit by me. I'd be received by the consul, and then they would ask a few questions about the possible facts which existed that they didn't know about when this visa was issued. He spoke, and he spoke frankly, and I said, shall I be equally frank with you? I'm not interested. It has nothing to do with me personally. It has to do with the treatment which I know, the brutal, cruel, and often unbelievable treatment being meted out to strangers, immigrants, even in some cases, permanent residents, which of course include quite a number of Nigerians. I know of a number of Nigerians who were turned back, who live in the United States, who've lived there all their lives. Some of them have businesses, they have grown-up children, families who are even citizens of our country, but who just left in the normal way to visit home, and then found at the airport they weren't allowed to get on that plane, because in the meantime, either their visas were under examination or had in fact been revoked, but they were not allowed to go back there, etc., etc. I don't want to run into you all know what's been going on. It's all over the media. You have friends, you have families there. So I said, it's not about me. I'm not really interested in going back to the United States. I said, but a principle is involved. Human beings deserve to be treated decently wherever they are, wherever they drop their buckets, even places where they're just visiting briefly. I said, I'm sorry, I will not apply for a new date. So he sighed and said he was very sorry, but that meant that my visa would be revoked. I said, by all means, I'd be willing to receive the letter of revocation. And I assured him that both he and his staff are given permanent visa waiver anytime they want to visit the Autonomous Republic of Ijegba, situated in Abeokuta, that there will be no reciprocal conduct from my principality. So he laughed, and eventually, of course, the formal letter arrived and I received it. So it's necessary for me to give this press conference so that people in the States who are expecting me for this event or that event or were thinking of it, not to waste their time. I have no visa. I am banned, obviously, from the United States. And if you want to see me, you know where to find me. That's elementary as that. There's a comment which is necessary. So I asked myself, however, the visa doling department is now looking into past history, because this is a statement that certain facts have come up. We're talking about thousands of people, by the way. I want us always to bear that in mind. So they've dug backwards, and if you remember, there were statements to the effect that anybody with any past criminal act, even felony, just misdemeanor, was qualified for revocation of visa. So I had to start looking back. Have I ever misbehaved in the United States? Do I have a history Have I been convicted? Have I gone against the law anywhere? And I remembered finally 2 instances which I want to make public now, in case it is brought up later on. So they will say, ah, you hid that one. Could it be that
before I go on, let me postulate from the Franz Fanonian dictum, which stipulates that the dialectics of reconciling 2 conflicting ideas is the algebra of revolution. The overbearing intervention of the state government had further exacerbated oporombium and amounting to sadomasochisms. Acrimony and chaos in our community. It was a contumelious stratagem by political jobbers to siphon monies. We suffer what we call political axivia neonantorum. Conclusively, we are a microcosm of the issues in the Niger Delta in the macrocosm.
In the microcosm. Confessor Soyinka said, no, I'm not bothered. Right, I was invited to come to the office, to the embassy. I was received by the right. You went for an interview, but why did you go for an interview? Why? They didn't need an interview. Somebody, I'm not in America, right? Those of you who are in America, you can help me. So if you get green card, is that green card not your permanent resident card? Please, just 1 minute. Tell me. Where green card, is that not the same thing as your permanent residency? Sort of, they are different. Because Soyinka has become the American green card holder for more than, from record where I gather, he has been an American green card holder for more than maybe about 30 years now. So, okay. Did they target him because of his political views? Maybe. But they did not force Soyinka to renounce America because of Trump. And he said it in his interview there by saying, oh, you know what? I don't like the fact that immigrants are being targeted, and they are being questioned and all of that stuff. So he expressed himself, the blah, the blah, the blah. So the thing is that, Baba, you completely denounced America. And that's something that, well, from my own opinion, it will be like Nigeria. Nigeria is a place where you can quickly just cut or burn your passport. And then you wait for the Dokpemu stupid service to target you. So why did he need to go and have an interview? No, he didn't go for interview. He went there, out of respect, they told him that, sir, we have we have the authorization to revoke your permanent residency. Okay? And these are the reasons. But, because of your reputation and the rest of that, we just have to do this way. So the shock of, me was the reason why Baba had to call a press conference. So that, other people all over the world will begin to talk to America, talk to the embassy. You can't do that. You can't embarrass him like that. Why did you do that? Because of his blah, blah, blah. No. Soyinka's residency got revoked because of this.
We're curious, really, are generally curious.
Yes.
I'm going to show you something.
Is that it?
So you can see,
Yes.
but you mustn't,
Take a picture.
you mustn't,
You mustn't take a picture. Oh.
The internet is crazy, right? That's why we all need to be very careful what we put out there. But again, except Soyinka needs our attention, in which we can't do anything. Normally, if he meant what he said when he said that, he's got no business in America anyway, so anybody who wants to see him should come. That it was told to reapply. Reapply as what? You no longer even live in America. So what is he going to use to reapply? Green card. Does your green card expire? Your permanent residency, does it expire, hours expire, right? Until they give you indefinite. So your green card, I want to believe it's like that of the UK's, indefinite leave to remain, ILR, which means you don't even need to get a British passport once you have the indefinite leave to remain, ILR. So I want to believe that's the same, and you don't renew that. There's nothing like, okay, I want to go and renew my ILR after 2 years, after 5 years, after 10 years. You don't. The most you can do is just go and apply for citizenship and pay for the passport. And then you can have the passport. Or you can then be renewing the passport because passport expires. So why do you Americans every 10 years? Okay, solid. So okay, they told him to reapply then. So maybe he's telling the truth in that sense. So he said he told them that no, I'm not doing that anymore. You get? Yeah, I get that now. Thank you. So Confessor Soyinka want us to know that Donald Trump is punishing him because of his own political views, and is just being like every other American, who is covered under the free speech, right? Under the, what's that one called again? Is that Fourth Amendment? I don't know. I'm actually going to have to live in that America so I can learn a lot, right? And when he's told them that he wasn't going to reapply, he's not bothered about it anymore. And they say, well, sorry, then we just have to let you go. So he was talking something about the criminal background of people who they are investigating, where they have been, which countries they have been to in the last few years and all of that. I kind of questioned himself at a point, have I committed any crime anywhere? Sorry, have I committed any crime anywhere that I'm not aware of something or convicted of something in the United States? Well, Baba, you have not committed any crime that you have been kind of charged to court, of course. But we all remember when you said years back of how you were dealing in Thailand, the Thailand rice with Tifnumbu, when you were kind of importing rice from Thailand. And we all know that at the time, Thailand is, you as a person, right? You've never traded in rice. So others believe that, you probably should remove the R and leave the I's. Maybe Americans feels or their findings was maybe you were trading in ice, not rice. That your Thailand deal then, right? With Tifnumbu, because Tifnumbu is believed. Okay, First Amendment. Yeah, no, say no idea matter. So first, your free speech and all speech is covered under the First Amendment in America, meaning if I abuse you, if I can say anything I want, I can say anything. Hey guys, I can be if I catch you, I go, I can say anything that ordinarily could actually get me arrested, but I'm not to be arrested. So if I get arrested because of what I say in America, I will be let go because it's covered under the First Amendment. I can call Trump any name. That's why they are all calling Trump's every name, and nobody is arrested for calling Trump different names and all of that stuff, because American Constitution protects them. It's called free speech. So if I call you madman and you get mad, call me madman too. You can't say because I call you a madman, this or that, then you have to kind of bring your military or bring your police to, nah, or not. If you are not in America, you probably wouldn't even imagine how that actually works, right? So we'll leave the confessor and the American trouble. So whatever America found, this is speculation, by the way. So I'm not saying that's the reason, but we all know that Confessor Soyinka never traded in rice, never in his history. And the man he said he was trading rice with was a drug dealer, a heroin trafficker, forfeited $460,000 US to the United States of America. Proceed of